Hello everybody, my name is Senkara and today I am here to show you how to play Structure Deck Legend of the Crystal Beasts. First of all, I'd like to apologize for how long it took me to get this video out. No excuse really, I was on holiday basically. I was on a short holiday and didn't have time to make the video, but here we are at last, finally. Structure Deck Legend of the Crystal Beasts. If you haven't already, check out my unboxing of this video and my short review, and today we're just gonna get right into this. So, first of all, this deck, right? This deck is not great. It's on its own, Legend of the Crystal Beasts is a really, it's a bad deck. So I'll do my best to show you how to play this deck and how to actually win with it, but it is extremely bricky. Like, this is the most bricky deck. This bricks more than Blue Eyes, alright? This is the brickiest deck you'll ever meet. So, first of all, win conditions, our fusion deck. These guys are the main cards that you want to bust out. So, that's that. You want to bust out them. Once you bust out one of these guys, especially this guy's an OTK and a card. Just read his effect and, you know, follow along. You'll have it. Make sure you count the life points, though, and get it right. Next up, this deck has 44 cards in it. Why does it have 44 cards in it? I don't actually know why, but it has 44 cards in it. So first thing I'm going to do is take out 4 cards. This isn't necessary exactly, but it really is because this deck is bricky enough as it is. So these are my top picks for cards to take out. First of all, Crystal Pair, Counter Gem, and Rainbow Dark Dragon. All of these cards, yeah, they suck. This card is too slow. We have better alternatives, don't need it. Counter Gem, very situational. It only really is needed or is ever used when you have Rainbow Dragon on the field, and even then, it's not a great card. So no Counter Gem, take that out. And finally, Rainbow Dark Dragon. This card, again, very situational. You need to have the right field spell on the field, and you need to have all of your Crystal Beasts in the graveyard. It's not necessary. This card will be brick way more than often. So any one of these cards will do. They're not the greatest. It really just depends on what you're going with. Ferret Flames is pretty good. Contact C and Dimension Shifter are of course great cards. Again, depends on what you're playing with. Rainbow Refraction is probably my best bet to take out because it only works when you have Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon specifically, and when they've activated their effect this turn. It does get use, it could be used, but you need to actually have it and have that. It's just a lot of cards that you need to have, so I'd probably take out that. Right. Now that that's out of the way, how to actually win with this deck. So first of all, of course, we have each of the 7 Crystal Beasts. The problem with this deck is that we only have 1. Normally, I would run 3 Pegasus, maybe multiple Rubies, but probably not. But the main thing is, we have all 7. We need all 7. We're keeping all 7 in. Sapphire Pegasus is, of course, the best one in that when he's summoned, he gets another Crystal Beast in your spell and trap card zone, which is the main strategy of the deck, to bust out the Crystal Beast as much as possible. So this is the main guy that you want to be going for as Pegasus, just to get your more Crystal Beasts coming out as fast as possible. You really want to just get them all out as fast as possible. And then Ruby is the next best one because her effect special summons all Crystal Beasts from the spell and trap card zone when she herself is special summoned. So normally I would go Pegasus and then place Ruby in the spell and trap card zone. That's the main thing you want to do, basically. And then in any other order, just go on the strong ones in the spell and trap card zone unless you want to attack directly. Then Amethyst Cat, of course, whatever. Whew. Next up, we have our win conditions for the deck. So this guy is kind of a win condition. He's a bit of a boss monster. Crystal Beast, Rainbow Dragon. This card is fantastic. He is a really great card to have in hand. If you have him in hand, then whenever one of your Crystal Beast monsters battles an opponent's monster, you can just straight up special summon this guy. The other great thing about him is that he counts as a Crystal Beast. He is a Crystal Beast. You only need 7 Crystal Beasts for the summon of Rainbow Dragon, so he is included. There's other effect when he's in the spell and trap card zone. You can banish him to special summon a Crystal Beast from your deck, but unfortunately it negates its effect. However, this does get out our Crystal Beast faster, and yeah, it gets him banished as well for the Fusion Monsters effect, I guess, kind of, but yeah, his main goal is to just bust him out, 3,000 attack. It's a great card. Next up, of course, we have our 2 big boss monsters, Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder, and Rainbow Dragon. If you don't know, Haman is good in Crystal Beasts and has been teched in Crystal Beasts for a very long time because Crystal Beasts, when they're destroyed, get placed in the spell and trap card zone. If you want, don't clog up your spell and trap card zone. That's the other thing you gotta remember about Crystal Beasts. You don't want to place them, you don't want to use up too much spell and trap card zones. But of course, Haman can be used to get rid of 3 of them to special summon them. And then Rainbow Dragon is summoned when you have 7 different Crystal Beasts on the field or in the graveyard. Very powerful card. Both have 4,000 attack. So yeah, either one of these, great to have out on the field. Our final win condition after the big boss monsters is, of course, Crystal Abundance. This card is a very powerful card in Crystal Beasts. It is one of the main win conditions for Crystal Beasts. There are even OTK decks running Crystal Abundance as the win condition. So Crystal Abundance, you send 4 Crystal Beasts in your spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, then send every card on the field to the graveyard, and for every card your opponent sent to the graveyard, you special summon Crystal Beasts from your graveyard. So this is a fantastic card, obviously, gets rid of everything on the field. Removal without destruction is always fantastic. This gets you out of any tough situation, just nukes the field, and then special summons a bunch of monsters to go for the win. So Crystal Abundance, fantastic card, definitely need this. Next up we have our best ways, the 4 best ways to summon Rainbow Dragon, or rather to get all of your Crystal Beasts. So first of all, Ultimate Crystal Magic. This is our most powerful trap card. When a Crystal Beast monster is destroyed by battle, you can send 7 Crystal Beasts with different names from your hand, field, or deck to the graveyard to special summon an Ultimate Crystal Fusion monster. The main one you want to be going for in this case will be Rainbow Overdragon. So this instantly gets out your Rainbow Dragon, but not only that, it gets all the Crystal Beasts in the graveyard, so you can summon your regular Rainbow Dragon, or you can banish all of them plus Overdragon to summon Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. This is a very powerful card. Spring it on your opponent's turn, and if they have something to get over your Rainbow Overdragon, his effect is a quick effect to send everything back to the deck. So great card, Ultimate Crystal Magic. This is going to be one of the main cards you want to go for. Next up we have Crystal Conclave. With this card, when a Crystal Beast you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a Crystal Beast from your deck. This card, again, the main thing for this is to just turbo out all of your Crystal Beasts, get them all out as fast as possible to go into your Rainbow Dragon. So this is a great card for that, and of course refreshes your field so you don't take as much damage. The other thing it does is return cards from the field to the hand, which is of course fantastic. Just field removal, non-destruction, all great, and gets this out of the spell and trap card zone to free up space for your Crystal Beasts. Next up we have Crystal Tree. This card, whenever a crystal is placed in your spell and trap card zone, it gains a counter, then you can send it to the graveyard and place a Crystal Beast from your deck into the spell and trap card zone for each counter it had. So again, this just gets out your Crystal Beast faster. Remember to get rid of it once you have 2 counters on it. Always, that's the biggest mistake that any new Crystal Beast player makes, is not getting rid of this card when it has 2 counters. Seriously, as soon as this gets 2 counters, get rid of it. Use its effect, place 2 Crystal Beasts in your spell and trap card zone. I cannot stress this enough. This mistake is made so many times. This is one of the biggest rookie mistakes with Crystal Beasts. Next up we have Advanced Dark, the field spell. This card, when you would take damage from battle involving a Crystal Beast, you can send a Crystal Beast monster from your deck to the graveyard instead. Again, the key for this is just getting your Crystal Beast out as fast as possible. Cool, so those are the main cards to get your Crystal Beasts out, plus Pegasus, of course, as well. Next up, we're going to go into the best searches in the deck. Well, all the searches in the deck, rather. So first of all, Rainbow Bridge. This is the best searcher in the deck. It searches any crystal spell or trap from your deck. The main ones you're going to want to go for is Ultimate Crystal Magic, Crystal Abundance, and Crystal Bond. Speaking of which, Crystal Bond, one of the, again, the next best searcher in the deck. This will search any Crystal Beast from your deck to your hand, and then it will also place a Crystal Beast from your deck into your spell and trap card zone. Of course, what you're always going to want to go for is Sapphire Pegasus, unless he's already out of your deck, and Ruby Carbuncle on spell and trap card zone, most likely. Or actually, Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon is another great option to put in the spell and trap card zone. Next up we have the Melody of Awakening Dragons. Now I was quite surprised to see this card in the deck, but it does work. This of course searches your Rainbow Dragon. It also searches your Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon, so you can grab both of them for the cost of 1 card in your hand and add them both to your hand ready to go. Next up we have Awakening of the Crystal Ultimates. This card, you need an Ultimate Crystal in your hand, that being Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Dark Dragon, but we took him out. And it will add a Rainbow Bridge, Rainbow Refraction to your hand, or send it to the graveyard, or you can special summon a Crystal Beast from your hand, deck, or graveyard, or spell and trap card zone, just by revealing a Ultimate Crystal from your hand, or if it's on the field, you can activate both of these effects in sequence. So this is a great card just for searching, but it is situational. You do need to have Rainbow Dragon in your hand. Finally, we have Crystal Master. This card is a pendulum monster. I never used the Pendulum Monsters. I didn't think they were that great until I tested out this deck, and turns out you can tribute this card to add an ultimate Crystal Monster, Crystal Beast Monster, or Crystal Spell and Trap from your deck to your hand. So he gets all the Crystal Spell and Traps, just all of the monsters, anything you want. Crystal Master will get it for you. Unfortunately, you do have to tribute him while he's on the field. Luckily, we have a fantastic new card that gives us an extra normal summon. Rainbow Bridge of the Heart. Rainbow Bridge of the Heart is actually amazing. This is like the best card in the deck, okay? I know I'm saying that about a few cards here, but this, no doubt, is a really, really, really good card, especially when you're only running a single of the structure deck. So this is one of the main cards that you want to go for, other than the ones I mentioned earlier, which of course busts out our boss monsters. But if you can't get them, Rainbow Bridge of the Heart is a great card. So what this does is, first of all, gives you an extra normal summon. So you can turbo out your Crystal Beast onto the field, deal some battle damage, or of course Crystal Master, tribute him, add this, activate it, summon another Crystal Beast, whatever. Yeah, whatever you want to do. The other thing this card does, which is fantastic, is during your main phase, you can destroy a Crystal Beast card you control or in the hand, so that's including Monster Zone, Spell and Trap card zone, or in the hand. Destroy one Crystal Beast you control, and if you do, add a Crystal Spell or Trap from the deck to your hand. So this searches any Crystal Spell or Trap, and the last effect, if a Crystal Beast card is placed in your Spell and Trap card zone, you can target one card your opponent controls, return both that card and this card to the hand. So what you can actually do is use this to pop one of your Crystal Beasts in the Monster card zone, they'll go into the Spell and Trap card zone, then you can use this to bounce one of your opponent's cards as well as this to the hand, freeing up your Spell and Trap card zone and getting rid of one of your opponent's monsters, and then of course it's in the hand to activate next turn, ready to go. So that is a fantastic card, especially for that bouncing effect. Returning stuff to the hand is a great thing. Just removal without destruction, that is the key here, and that is one of the best things about Crystal Beasts. It's all the removal is just without destruction. It's fantastic. That is why you want that. Next up we have Crystal Brilliance. This card is an attack booster. It's actually really good. I wouldn't normally use it, probably, maybe a little bit. I'll have to test out with it and see if it's actually that good, but it adds your Crystal Beast monster's defense to their attack, which is obviously great because the Crystal Beast monsters don't have that high attack. Next up, Crystal Keeper. You can tribute this. Okay, so it doubles the attack of one of your Crystal Beasts at battling an opponent's monster by tributing it from the hand or field, so that's great. Double attack, just once. Not the best, probably wouldn't normally use it, but it is great. And of course, Pendulum Monster, so if you have them both, you can special summon all Crystal Beasts in your hand. Almost will never do that. The main problem with the Pendulums is that they take up space in your Spell and Trap card zone now, which means not great in Crystal Beast. So mainly using both of them for their monster effects. Next up, Crystal Release. This again is an attack booster. Boosts the Crystal Beast monsters by 800 attack. Also, when it's sent to the graveyard, you get another Crystal Beast into your Spell and Trap card zone, so it searches out more of your Crystal Beasts to get your Rainbow Dragon. Next up we have Crystal Promise, Crystal Boon. Both of these do sort of the same thing. This card special summons a Crystal Beast from your Spell and Trap card zone. If you have Ruby, go for Ruby, and Ruby will summon the rest of them. Crystal Boon special summons 2 from your Spell and Trap card zone. So these cards are great for just swarming the field, dealing a lot of damage, getting the OTK in. And of course, Crystal Beacon searches a Crystal Beast and special summons it from the deck if you have 2 or more Crystal Beasts in your Spell and Trap card zone. This is mainly great for getting out all of your Crystal Beasts, for searching from the deck. Of course, if you don't have them already, the main one you want to go for is Sapphire Pegasus. Next up we have Ancient City Rainbow Ruins. This card is a field spell, and it is one of the best cards for a Crystal Beast. So this card does a lot of things, depending on the number of Crystal Beasts in your Spell and Trap card zone. So make sure you read this card, know what effects you can use, and don't forget about it, okay? I cannot stress this enough. Another big mistake that rookie Crystal Beast players make is forgetting about this card's effect, especially the last effect, which lets you special summon. If you have 5 Crystal Beasts in your Spell and Trap card zone, you can special summon one, and of course if it's Ruby, you special summon all of them. So this is great. If you have this on the field, don't be afraid of clogging up your Spell and Trap card zone, because this can special summon from the Spell and Trap card zone. Again, don't forget about its 4th effect, which lets you draw a card each turn. 3rd effect, negates Spell and Trap. 2nd effect, halves battle damage once per turn. And the 1st effect, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects, so don't forget about that either. Rainbow Ruins is a great card. Read it, okay? That is the best advice I can give you for this card, is just read it and do it, alright? Do it, damn it! Metaverse, search as Rainbow Ruins, or the other one if you want, but mainly Rainbow Ruins. Rainbow Ruins is generally better, depends what you're going for. If you really want to like search out your Crystal Beast, then Advanced Dark is mainly the better choice, but Rainbow Ruins is just fantastic. Negations. Crystal Miracle, fantastic card, negates, spell, trap, monster effect, it's just fantastic. Read what it does, it's great. Crystal Miracle, definitely want that. We have our 2 hand traps, Ghost Spell and Haunted Mansion, and Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. I should not have to explain this card if you don't know when to use them. There is a video somewhere on YouTube that tells you when to use your Ash Blossom. It's very in-depth, 40 minutes long. Feel free to watch that. Not on my channel, fortunately. Maybe I should. If you want to see it, maybe I'll make one. Cosmic Cyclone, pay 1,000 life points to banish a spell or trap on the field. Spell and trap removal, it's not the best one. Banishes though, which is good, but yeah. I mean, we need it, right? We don't have any other spell trap removal in this deck, so we kind of we need what we need what we've got. Okay, we got to use what we got. We got to use what we got. Rare value normally wouldn't have this card in the deck, to be honest, because it is slightly too slow, and your opponent gets to choose the card to get rid of. Next we have Foolish Burial Goods. So you might be a little confused why this card is here. This sends a spell or trap from your deck to the graveyard. So why do we want to do that? Why do we want to send spell traps from the deck to the graveyard? Well, the answer is because most of the new crystal spell and traps have effects that activate in the graveyard. Ultimate Crystal Magic, probably don't send that because, you know, you want that. Yeah, we've also got Crystal Boon. Crystal Miracle does things in the graveyard. And finally, Crystal Aegis does things in the graveyard. So all of these cards do things when they're in the graveyard. It's situational what you want to get. Normally there would be a different card that we would send, but we don't have that in the structure deck, sadly. But these cards are all good to have in the graveyard. Probably want to send Crystal Aegis since this is the least useful card in the hand. Just if you don't know what to send, Crystal Aegis, send that to the graveyard and get off its effect, which is... While this card is in the graveyard, even during the damage step, you can banish this card to special summon a Crystal Beast from your spell and trap card zone. So I don't need to explain why that's fantastic. Again, if Ruby's there, go for Ruby, you get all of them. Send this to the graveyard with Foolish Burial Goods. That is the main one you want to do. The others are very situational. It's up to you. But Crystal Aegis, send that to the graveyard. Speaking of which, this gives you a token, so it basically just gives you another monster to swarm the field with. And last but not least, we have Crystal Blessing, which places 2 Crystal Beasts from your graveyard in the spell and trap card zone. It's not the best, but since we only have 1 of each Crystal Beast, this card comes out pretty good in the end. So that's kind of great. Actually, thinking of that, maybe Counter Gem ain't that bad. Maybe Counter Gem ain't that bad. It's still kind of bad. It sucks a little bit, but maybe. If you want to keep it in, if you really want to keep it in, just swap out one of the other ones I suggested, right? So there we go. That is how to play Structure Deck Legend of the Crystal Beast. I hope that this is how to play instructional manual video thing was useful. If it was, be sure to let me know. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them in the comments or join the Discord server if you want to chat with me. You know, if your questions are a bit bigger, a bit long for the comments, or it might require long answers, join the Discord server. Link at the bottom of the description. You can chat with me there, ask me any questions you want, or just, you know, join it anyway to have a good time because everyone's great. It's a lovely place. You want to be there, okay? Just do it. Just link in the description. Whew! Boy! Leave a comment if you enjoyed, like and favorite, you don't favorite anymore, and subscribe, satisfy me, etc. Share this video with your friend. If you have a friend who likes Crystal Beasts, give this video a share. And yeah, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was helpful. Again, any questions, let me know. You're good. Run Crystal Beasts at your next tournament. Don't. This deck, it's trash. It's awful. You need 3 of them. And since you need 3 of them, you probably want to know how to combine them. So be sure to subscribe, because next time, we'll be combining all 3 Crystal Beast, 3 Crystal Beast, I can't hold them in one hand. We'll be combining 3 Crystal Beast structure decks into one awesome deck that will actually function unlike the singular deck. So be sure to stick around for that. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. My name has been Senkara, and until next time, the next one will not take as long to come out. See ya.